Well, over the weekend, Ian O'Connor, longtime writer, author.
I work with him. We both were columnists at ESPNNewYork.com.
That's
so
right.
I know Ian for a long time.
And he literally wrote the book on Aaron Rodgers, wrote his biography. Also on 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh, said that while it's not guaranteed, he believes that there is a wink, wink, nudge, nudge handshake deal between Rodgers and the Steelers. And the only reason, according to O'Connor, why Rodgers has not yet signed, sealed, delivered in Pittsburgh is that he believes that Rodgers is waiting until after OTAs on May 27th because they are, quote, mandatory. Here's what he said. I think the word mandatory after we went through last year when he missed 2 practices to go to see the pyramids in Egypt. He took so much grief for that, I think he'll honor that. And my suspicion is that Mike Tomlin has given him a verbal sign-off on that already, that he can come in after OTAs.
This is one of those, I'm getting ready to give it over to you because I don't have much to say other than because I've exhausted my Steelers Aaron Rodgers conversation except for this.
You certainly have, though. Go ahead.
I have, because I'm blown away that an organization like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been one of the Blue Bloods, a historically well-run organization, would be this desperate for one in particular person who is 41 years old, best days behind him, and that will be anybody, best days behind him, who seems non-committal when you have a young coach, meaning it's not like it's his last hurrah. He's 73 and they're trying to win right now, and you're trying to sustain and have a great system for years to come. And I'm so confused at what they're doing because Aaron Rodgers, again, all signs point maybe, but he's not in. And he might not come to OTAs, and he might not come to meetings. And there's still a small chance he might not sign with you. And they're acting like they're not the Pittsburgh Steelers and more like they're the Jags or the Panthers or the Raiders making a desperate move. And I'm not even knocking him. He played pretty well. You know, he wasn't great, but he played pretty well last year. But if you're going based off pretty well, Russell Wilson played pretty well. And he's like 4 or 5 years younger. So if you're going to go with pretty well and you want to ride it out, why not roll with Russell Wilson? And I genuinely don't get what they're doing, and that, okay, you get him and he puts up a solid year. You don't have a running game right now. Your defense has to get tighter. What I don't even think they're going to – I think this will be the first year, if this happens, that Mike Tomlin does not go above 500. If this happens, this will be the first year he's below 500. I do not see this working out, and I don't understand it because it's so limited thinking for an organization that typically has been well run. And I genuinely don't get it. It's not even I hate Aaron Rodgers.
That's what it sounds like.
No, it's not at all. It's about Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna tell you
I don't get what they're doing. It's not him.
But you're living in the past. You're living in the old Pittsburgh, okay? Can I give you some facts?
I would gladly love to.
So they haven't won a playoff game since 2017, okay? So this, you don't understand what they're doing.
Wait. When has Aaron Rodgers won one?
No. Listen to what I'm talking about. You're talking about, but you're
right.
saying.
They're not
No. But you're talking about Pittsburgh, okay?
Right.
So I'm giving you the numbers. They
so you're going to get a loser.
Okay, so you haven't won a Super Bowl since 2009. You think that not having a losing record is something special. Mike Tomlin knows that he needs to win, okay? And it does make everything that Ian O'Connell said made total sense from the standpoint of rather than come in knowing that you're not prepared to do the things that you need to do and not have people go, oh, see, he's not doing this. It makes total sense because that's not going to be the reason or the difference. Because when he first came to the Jets, the first year, he did all that. He came in. He didn't miss anything year one, and he got hurt in 4 snaps. But my point is, now that makes sense on why they haven't gone to get another quarterback, why they haven't panicked, why they didn't draft Shedeur Sanders when they had a chance. Like, oh, my God, we don't have anybody. They believe what Ian O'Connell said makes total sense to me now when you pull the curtain back. And Pittsburgh needs to win a playoff game. And you can say whatever you want. Aaron Rodgers in the same old Aaron Rodgers.
But that's not even a knock. He's just not.
No. But he had the same stats as Patrick Mahomes, who went to the Super Bowl last year. He did. You could go look him up. They had the same stats. In fact, Aaron Rodgers had less interceptions than Patrick Mahomes. So they feel like.
In the words of Rob Parker, those are fugazi.
No, but they're looking and saying, if we can have a better defense and some other stuff that around him, that maybe we might have a chance. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to the Super Bowl, they're going to win.
But, Rob.
But they haven't won anything in a long time. You're making it like this is the Chuck Noll Steelers or something.
No, that's why I'm saying, why am I going to get a guy who hasn't won anything in a long time?
They haven't won anything.
Don't get
He's still the best quarterback,
get.
but he's still better than anybody that they've had. Look at the quarterbacks they've had the last 10 years.
But
they've had no one. Even Ben Roethlisberger's last 2 or 3 years were awful.
Agree. So that's my point. Why you literally just walked into that. Ben Roethlisberger's last few years weren't great. Aaron Rodgers' last few years haven't been great. He's been hurt.
He was hurt. I just told you about the numbers last year.
He was hurt.
Same
Green
numbers
Bay
as Patrick
wanted to get rid of him.
Same
and then
numbers.
last year, he put up numbers. They were fugazi. They weren't winning games. He was the point of the quarterback position to win me games.
So when the kicker against Denver missed the field goal,
yes, why don't you put me up more?
And the 4 games where the other team
don't average 18 points a game.
Where the other team watched the ball down and scored a touchdown on the last drive. Those are Aaron Rodgers games too. Come on,
you had Adams. You had Wilson.
Watch the games, man.
I literally did. Go win a game.
How many games?
I'm convinced you don't watch Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers does not win games in the fourth quarter when he's down.
How many games did they lose on the last possession where the Patriots marched down and won the game? Or the Indianapolis Colts. I'm telling you, I watched the games.
Because Aaron Rodgers doesn't put his team up.
I thought they had a great defense. That's all they talked about was they had a great defense. They had the lead. What are you talking about? He didn't put them up.
No,
they had the lead.
He doesn't go down and annihilate people. He didn't even do that when he was a Packer.
They had the
lead.
lead.
He does not win. If he were down in the fourth quarter, even with the Packers, he doesn't win. That is a fact.
Not true. Do you want to go? One of the greatest games was in San Francisco. Rob G on a Monday night
against
any
winning team.
Do you remember that on Monday night with 34 seconds to go? What are you talking about?
Why?
What are you talking about?
Why do I want someone who's not going to get healthier? And you ain't getting. I don't know. When you're getting older, you're not getting healthier playing a sport.
So so you mean to tell me that the Denver Broncos who won a Super Bowl with Peyton Manning shouldn't have picked him up? And you're saying that the Tampa.
Did you see Peyton Manning that last year?
Yeah. Did they win a Super Bowl?
Right.
Yes or no? Did they win a Super Bowl? Okay.
Did you see Peyton Manning?
Did they win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Is what I'm asking.
No, don't
okay.
don't switch it.
No.
My point is he was
about
beat down.
winning.
No.
It's about winning. It's about winning. They had a great defense.
Okay. Do the Steelers?
Okay.
No, not right now.
No, but they
have some pieces.
But they had a great defense. And they went out and got a veteran quarterback.
Peyton Manning was so bad, and you know that. He literally was a shell. That might be a compliment.
Did they win a Super Bowl,
yes
or no? Okay.
And Aaron Rodgers, I'm not even
saying
saying
Brady
he's
win a
trash.
Super Bowl too with
Don't
Tampa
compare
Bay?
them two. Please don't compare them two.
No, but my point is,
one is
at
a
his
perennial
age,
winner.
Yeah, but he also has a top 5 defense every time he wins. Stop it. The first 3 Super Bowls were all about the defense and the kicker.
I want you to be my defense
Come
lawyer.
on, man. Are you kidding?
Please, I'm calling you Robert Cochran from here on out. Johnny Cochran's brother. Robert Cochran. Because this man gets more passes for not good passes and not winning. And the Steelers, who are really trying to make it about, less about Aaron Rodgers, that they would be banking on a 41, soon to be 42-year-old. I just don't get that.